Hello and welcome to the BMC Quick Course series. In this quick course, I will show you how to use Change Manager for DB2 to create a baseline profile and baselines. Change Manager allows you to create a snapshot picture of your application structure. This function becomes very powerful and flexible as you can create historical documentation of the structure. The baseline profile defines the scope of what you'd like to capture, whether it's by database or application. You need to create a baseline profile only once for any application or set of databases. Then you can create baselines using the baseline profile. Baselines can be created at any time, but it is a good idea to create them before and after you implement any structure changes. Baselines are stored in DB2 tables that are created as part of Change Manager install. These tables are called baseline tables. You can use the DB2 catalog or a DDL file as input. DDL input comes in handy if you have purchased applications. Once baselines are created, you can generate a report that will contain all the DDL that has been captured. One of the main benefits of baselines is the ability to use them during a Change Manager compare. You can compare two baselines or a baseline against the catalog and create a data set that reports on the differences. We discuss compare and the output in another quick course. Let's see how to create a baseline profile. From the main menu, select option 4 for baseline profiles. Enter a new baseline profile name. Just like DB2 tables, a profile name consists of two parts, the owner and the name. The combination of the two parts makes it unique. Select option 2 for create a new baseline profile. Press enter. From this panel, you can select the input to the baselines, catalog, or DDL. Next, you will need to provide a baseline template. This will be the default name of the baselines you will generate with this baseline profile. There are two symbolics that you can use here. The 4 pound signs will generate a 4-digit number that will automatically increase with each generation of baseline. You can also use 8 @ signs, which will generate a date that will start with 4 digits for the year, followed by 2 for month and 2 for day. The two automatic cleanup options are delete age and retain max. Delete age will delete old baselines if they meet the criteria. Retain max will delete the oldest baseline if the maximum number of desired baselines is reached. We recommend that you enter a comment so others can easily identify what this baseline profile is capturing. Next, you need to enter an S next to Scope Rules and press enter. Once you get familiar with this panel, you'll be able to tab across and enter the information you'd like. However, for now, enter an E for edit to have Change Manager walk you through the process and press enter. Enter the highest level object type you'd like to capture. In our example, I will start at the database level. I can include or exclude objects. Place a Y next to all dependent objects you'd like to include. Lastly, enter the name of the highest level object you'd like to capture. Since I am starting at the database, I enter the database name next to part 1. If you are starting at the table space or table level, you will need to enter the two-part name, owner, and object name. Foreign keys have 3-part names that make them unique. Once complete, press F3. You can see that Change Manager has filled in all your fields. If you need to add or exclude more objects, enter an I under Action and go through the process again. Press F3. You have now completed the baseline profile. A message in the upper right corner indicates the profile was added successfully. Now you're ready to create a baseline from this baseline profile. Enter option 3 for create a baseline from the baseline profile and hit enter. You can create the baseline in batch or in foreground. If your scope is large, you may want to run it in batch. In this case, I chose to run it in the foreground and press enter. Notice that Change Manager entered the default baseline template name. However, you can use the default or name this baseline something else. To use a different name, enter the desired name next to baseline name. You could also enter a comment next to BL comment. The No Baseline option allows you to run the cleanup process without actually taking a baseline. The Protect option allows you to ensure that the baseline you create will not be deleted even if it meets the criteria of delete age or retain max. You must manually unprotect the baseline for it to be deleted. Next, place an S next to Create Input, Edit Input, and Run, and press Enter. This is the Input to Change Manager. You can edit this input before running the baseline. Press F3. Change Manager will always bring you back to this panel and require you to hit Enter one more time in case you've changed your mind. Press Enter. When the execution is complete, you'll see a message in the upper right corner that the baseline was successful. Press F3. Now let's take a look at how to access the created baselines. From the Baseline Profile Action menu, enter Option 7 and press Enter. You should see a list of baselines you have created. Notice the options at the top. Options P and U will protect and unprotect a specific baseline. You also have options to browse, edit, and delete baselines. Enter an E under the action to edit and press Enter. Edit will give you a high-level report of when the baseline was created and the number of each object in the baseline. The only difference between Edit and Browse is that Edit allows you to edit the comment field. Press F3. Now let's look at a report. Enter R under Action and press Enter. Again, you can run the report in foreground or in batch. I've chosen to run in the foreground. Now press Enter. A default report name should be entered for you, but you can overwrite the dataset name. Place an S next to Create Input, Edit Input, Run Report, and Edit Report, and press Enter. This is the input to Change Manager to produce the report. Press F3. Once again, Change Manager requires you to hit Enter one more time to run the report. Press Enter. This is the first part of the report. It details when the baseline was created and the number of each object in the baseline. Press F8. As you page down in the report, you will find all the DDL that has been captured. It is important to remember that this set of DDL has not been analyzed and sorted in the correct order to be executed. The report is ordered simply by the creation of the databases, table spaces, tables, and so on. It's possible that your baseline may have views built on views, and the report does not go through analysis to create them in the correct order. However, you can take this data set and import it into Change Manager, analyze it, and execute it. Thank you for your time. For more information on any BMC Change Manager feature, please visit the quick courses in this series.